Hello, it's Big Chads, and this is the Trading Encyclopedia Daily Education series on my YouTube at Chads Trading. You can find me on Twitter at Big Chads and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. For today's lesson, we're going to talk about a concept called the specialist breakout. It's actually quite an obscure term. I had trouble finding it in the textbooks. I knew I had read about it and learn about it somewhere, but I don't have any visual aids. Google came up with nothing, but it's very simply, you can think of like a false breakout, right? We're familiar with the Wyckoff patterns and the idea of, up thrust and spring, and the idea of where if you have a very well-defined price level, the specialist breakout is an intraday move, a breakout, and a failed hold, normally on high volume. And it's essentially like a liquidity grab. It's grabbing liquidity from the market, it's trapping people, and it's a failed momentum signal, which is often a big deal. So we see an example of a specialist breakout here on Bitcoin back, not that far back in January. And then, of course, we have the move here recently with the range low sweep and recover on high volume. This is back in August of 2024 on Bitcoin. So essentially, the specialist breakout is just a fancy term for a false breakdown or a false breakout on high volume, a liquidity grab, and then a return back into the range. And this often sets you up for a momentum reversal. Like here, the price is pushing down and it's getting ready. There's a major loss of support. It's on heavy volume, but the price reverses back and then moves against the preceding trend. So with other videos, other lessons I've talked about paying attention to momentum reversals, false breakouts, false breakdowns. You always want to pay attention to when the price does one of these things, an up thrust or a spring. But very simply, that's what a specialist breakout is: a temporary false break of a key level, ideally with volume, and then a return back into the range. This is the specialist breakout, and this is the Trading Encyclopedia Daily Education series on my YouTube at Chads Trading. Find me on Twitter at Big Chads and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. Thank you, folks. Talk to you soon. Big Chads out.